Then, in the summer of 1975, leaders from all over gathered on Saipan for the Micronesian Constitutional Convention.
Honored guests, fellow delegates, we have a long 90 days before us. Many people have commented on the problems facing this convention. There are old problems and new problems of unity, of political status. All this makes the writing of a constitution a crucial event. It becomes a matter of national life or death. But we must remember that what we do here, we do as Micronesians for Micronesia. Now is the time of testing for Micronesia. Not just testing, but final examination. It is now or never for Micronesia. Let it be now. Thank you.
Each district had sent representatives to the convention. But Palau, the Marshalls, and the Northern Marianas were already in the process of discarding the notion of unity with the other islands. How then could these various groups come together to write a single constitution?
The convention hit a stalemate on the big issues of representation, in Congress, election of the president, taxation issues, the big issues of government. So those was trying to figure out how do you pull this thing together from, falling apart. Some sort of, compromise had to be struck. And he was willing to stake his own personal reputation by reaching out to the leaders of all the district delegations at that time. And he said, let's meet as fellow Micronesians. And let's see whether or not we could, set aside the rules of procedures and see where we are and where we can go. And lo and behold, when they came out, literally we had a constitution.
At about the same time, the Northern Marianas was signing its covenant with the U.S. to initiate its Commonwealth status.
It was signed officially on February 15th, 1975 by both parties, Ambassador Williams and Eddie Pangolin and all the rest of the Political Status Commission. As of that date, the Marianas was officially separated for administrative purposes from the trust territory. It became an entity of its own.
It's 20 years of looking a better way in our political system. So to me, it's like a few seconds of numbness in my body. Few seconds, hard to believe that something like this will happen to a small island and then become a part of the United States.
The Micronesian Constitutional Convention concluded with its own signing on November 8, 1975. At first, the U.S. challenged the new constitution on the grounds that it provided full independence for the islands. The U.S. had always envisioned Micronesia as a self-governing territory rather than a fully independent nation. The notion of free association had only been loosely defined, and both the U.S. and Micronesia were still figuring out exactly what it meant.
The label free association, like the label Commonwealth, can cover a wide variety of specifics, and the United States reluctantly agreed in the late 1970s to negotiate a free association relationship that enabled the United States to retain only control of defense, not also control over foreign relations, which was the initial position.
On the basis of the relationship that we're negotiating now with the Micronesians, we would expect to have a significant role in their foreign affairs and in the defense of the area. But I don't expect that we're going to have a very significant role in controlling the internal affairs of Micronesia.
Free association will take charge of our internal affairs. For external, we rely on USA to represent us. Too many big sharks in the ocean and they may swallow us up.
Micronesia could, in effect, be independent and enjoy the benefits of the compact at the same time.
Now, I like to make it clear to everyone that free association compact or free association is not a status. It is an agreement between two equal governments to establish their relationship.
Independence was at hand, but unity was no longer possible. Palau and the Marshalls now went their own separate ways, each seeking its own compact of free association. What had once been a single territory had by 1981 become 4 separate governments, each charting its own course into the future.